The house of the ambassador of the Netherlands in India, on 10 Aurangzeb Road, is situated in one of New Delhi's greenest and most exclusive areas. Called the Lutyens Bungalow Zone, or simply Lutyens Delhi, the approximately 25 to 30 square kilometer urban landscape was planned and developed in the 1930s by the British as the heart of their new capital in India. Its name comes from Sir Edwin Lutyens, the principal architect of the new city. Lutyens Delhi's layout is a network of traffic roundabouts interconnected by converging or diverging radial boulevards. The houses lining these shady avenues are sprawling bungalows set within even more sprawling grounds. The home of Dutch ambassador is one such building. It is known as Jinnah House, after one of its earliest, and undoubtedly most famous, residents. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, 1876 to 1948, was one of the key personalities of India's struggle for independence from British rule. As leader of the All India Muslim League, AIML, he was the spearhead of the movement for the creation of Pakistan, a country for Muslims separate from India, and when it became a reality, its Governor-General. In Pakistan he is known as Quaid-e-Azam or Great Leader. Jinnah occupied this house from 1938 to 1947 only, but the house's defining story belongs to that period and a few years before and after. It begins with Rai Bahadur Sardar Baskha Singh, a government contractor who bought the 3-acre plot in 1929, and the Bloomfield brothers, architect associates of Lutyens, who designed for him a grand house on it. The architects loved their own creation so much that they rented it from Baskha Singh and lived there for some years. Jinnah had lived with Fatima, his favorite sibling, since the death of his wife in 1929. The housewarming party in their new residence, it is said, was lavish enough to be talked about for years. Yet it was some of the low-key meetings that topped the list of the house's historic landmarks. One of these was the discussion in 1939 of the idea of partition between Jinnah, Gandhi and Rajendra Prasad, India's first president, post which all three were driven in Jinnah's new green Packard to the Viceroy's palace, barely a mile away for another brief summit. As the independence movement entered its endgame, important discussions on the division of India were regularly held at Jinnah's house. In fact, it is reported that the final decision on partition was arrived upon in its wood-paneled library. It was surely the most significant moment in the house's history. In 1947, Jinnah knew his time in Delhi was coming to an end and he sold the house to one of his closest friends, Ramakrishna Dalmia, a Hindu business magnate, at the same price he had bought it for. However, he continued to reside in it. Perhaps the last major event held on its manicured lawns was the press. Ltor, Dalmia, Jinnah and Sir Sobha Singh, a well-known Delhi businessman, at Dalmia's residence, doors to Jinnah's house. Recent purchase, Dalmia acted with alacrity. Barely 3 months after Jinnah's departure, he rented out the house to the Dutch ambassador for Rs 50-25 per month. 4 years later he went a step further and sold it to the government of Netherlands for 5 lakhs rupees. Whatever may have been Dalmia's motivation in letting go of the property, it is safe to say that Jinnah would have approved of decision. For as he wrote to Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, regarding his other home in Mumbai, Jawaharlal, if you think your government cannot maintain it as I would have done, make sure it is rented out to either the American or an European ambassador. The main entrance seen from a bedroom, view of the rear portion of the house, the lobby, the first floor facade above the portico, a French window and veranda. People have gone as far as to call it the most beautiful house in Delhi, and while there are other houses in Delhi which would vie for that honor, the founder of Pakistan's old residence certainly ranks amongst the capital's most elegant edifices. The building is almost totally unchanged from its original form and appearance. Though large in size, it has 2 stories, 4 bedrooms, living room, a dining room, lobby, library, galleries and verandas. Please like and subscribe our channel for more interesting videos.